Don't know that the founder of Pokemon Go, John Hanke, received funding from In-Q-Tel, which is the venture capital firm created by the CIA. And while you and your friends were walking around your city, scanning the earth to catch your favorite Pokemon, the game's developer, Niantic Incorporated, was collecting all that data and using it to build advanced 3D maps to facilitate military
Yeah, keep spamming check Discord. I'll probably make things change.
attacks on third world countries.
It's like you have no ears, mouth, or eyes or anything.
The Pokemon Go was created.
I fucking said you lied. I'm not checking it no more. Go fuck yourself, Knuckle.
By the same guy.
You've lied to me enough times about Discord. You're the boy who cried wolf. You lie about wolves enough times. When the wolf actually comes, it's gonna murder you alive. No one's gonna help.
Who essentially created Google Earth. John Hanke was the co-founder of Keyhole, which developed a 3D digital mapping program called Earth Viewer. Keyhole's Earth Viewer 3D client application uses video game-like 3D graphics and access to massive
that was probably badass for the time.
Databases of network-hosted Earth information, including satellite imagery and aerial photography, to produce an interactive digital model of the Earth. The product was unlike anything anyone had ever seen before in the early 2000s, but it was unclear what its use case would be, and therefore Keyhole was bleeding money. Every few months, for years, John would find himself scrambling to raise money from Silicon Valley investors to...
Damn, Knuckle! I work with Ready or Not's marketing team. Bro, that's a cat, hit me up then. Let me get a Ready or Not sponsorship.
Keep the lights on. That was...
I'll do a sponsored stream.
Until In-Q-Tel saved his company from going under.
Then we got really a lifeline from a kind of unusual source. In-Q-Tel was this new little venture capital firm that was basically a government VC firm with money from the intelligence community. So that was one of the few funds in the Valley that was doing real business, and they were making a lot of investments at the time. This was in the kind of post 9/11 security ramp up period. And so they found out about our technology and invested a few $1 million in the company.
I'm not fucking checking Discord, bro. I'm gonna check Discord later on my own volition.
Thanks to In-Q-Tel's funding, Keyhole was supplying technology to troops in Iraq and the Pentagon, and they ultimately became...
I'm about to start like banning the word Discord in my fucking chat.
...a profitable company due to the massive amount of government contracts rolling in. Shortly after, Keyhole was acquired by Google in 2004, and they turned this technology into what we now know as Google Earth. After Google's acquisition, John Hanke became the vice president of product management for the company's
Google Maps is one of the most greatest feats of human engineering, I think.
Division, where he oversaw products like Google Earth and Maps. Google Earth was revolutionary because it gave everyone access to detailed satellite imagery of nearly the entire planet from a home computer. You could explore unfamiliar cities, inspect...
You guys, the zesty ones, lying to me like a motherfucking psychopathic robot.
...neighborhoods before moving and plan...
I just gave up. You broke my willpower. I'm only human.
...trips, but they quickly realized it was far more powerful than that. Humanitarian organizations began using it to coordinate disaster relief. Scientists monitored deforestation and climate change. Archaeologists used it to discover previously unknown ruins. Journalists investigated war zones, and governments used it because it was better than anything they had access to.
The product ended up being used in ways that we never anticipated. I guess I'll just say it that way. When Katrina happened in New Orleans, the Coast Guard was using Google Earth and Craigslist to basically find where people were trapped and send helicopters in to rescue them. Kind of crazy. You would think, well, the government, they've got lots of sophisticated software, but as it turns out, web software that's available that already has the data in it, it's ready, easy to use. A breakthrough, really.
But after working for 6 years inside Google's
Damn, so he was a Pokemon fan the whole time. Alright, fuck this. That's how I felt, dude.
Corporate ecosystem, Hanke wanted the freedom to combine everything he'd learned about digital maps and augmented reality.
Is that shirt for that electric drill brand?
To create a video game. Now, if you ask me, that seems like a crazy career change. Technically, the foundation of John's Earth Viewer product started in college while working with his classmates on an open world
MMORPG? Alright, so this guy's based. This guy went from trying to do MMORPGs to helping the CIA know where everyone is at all times and controlling the world. It was AI surveillance. What a huge jump in fucking technology.
video game idea, but he knew the technology had much more potential, and it did. So after changing the world with his vision, creating a CIA-funded startup for military operations, and then getting acquired by a tech giant, going back to being a video game developer seems like a massive career and lifestyle
Yeah, bro, that's a
change.
downgrade.
That is, unless it was part of a larger plan. Google actually did not want John Hanke to leave the company. For whatever reason, they felt that his video game idea might become valuable to them in the future, so they convinced him to create Niantic Labs as an autonomous unit inside of Google. Basically, they gave him the freedom of
Wait, so Pokemon Go was technically made partly by Google, if you think about it.
creating a startup, but using all of Google's resources inside of Google's walls. If it failed, Google would get their employee back, and if it succeeded, then Google could be an early investor or part owner.
Yo, why is this guy low-key got the same nose as me? It's like it gets bigger in the middle there. I got the same shit.
Of a major video game innovation.
Twinsy!
Niantic's first major product was an app called Field Trip, a virtual tour guide that analyzed the user's location, provided suggestions for nearby landmarks to visit, and offered information about the area. It wasn't much of a game,
Right, that's a
but
cool
it laid
app.
the foundation for their next big project called Ingress. Launched in 2012, Ingress was an augmented reality
That looks scientific. That looks scientific.
a mobile game that prompts users to explore their neighborhoods and locate portals at nearby landmarks. This was quite literally the same idea as Pokémon
Knuckle, bro, like, I don't think you said anything all day that hasn't just been annoying, bro. Like, are you just gonna keep commenting like insults and like dumb bullshit? Like, come on.
Go. Those who played it were intoxicated by the addictive gameplay loop, although it failed to pull in a large player base even years after its release. Luckily for Niantic, one of the game's players would prove to be an invaluable asset with direct ties to the Pokémon company. A Japanese Google Maps engineer
Who is this guy?
named Tatsuo Nomura pitched the idea of placing Pokemon inside of Google Maps
Like, when you just keep spamming boring messages like that, bro, I end up getting used. I'm just like starting to like ignore your messages.
as an
I don't want you to leave, but when you're just saying insults to me over and over again, like, it's to the point where I don't even want to read them out loud anymore.
April Fool's joke.
You're just like hurting yourself.
He traveled to Japan and got direct permission from the Pokemon Company to implement the feature. John Hanke asked Nomura to show the Pokemon Company's executive board the Ingress game. Little did they know that the president of the Pokemon Company was already a massive fan of
Yeah, it's not bannable, but
the game.
I'm only human. How would you feel if the only thing I said to you for like 7 hours straight was calling you a fucking ugly retard, bro?
And because of this,
You wouldn't want to talk to me.
Niantic was able to secure
Like,
a
you're just-
partnership
I'm
with
getting- you're just fucking
Nintendo
pissing me
and
off.
create Pokemon Go. They launched
At least be creative with it, dude. You're just
game.
repeating what Narc says over and over again.
the game on July 6, 2016, but they never could have anticipated the chaos that would come next. In just 2 months after its release, the app was downloaded.
No, that wasn't that was an example. That wasn't an exact that wasn't an exact
over
example.
500 million times, and an estimated 21 million players logged in every single day on average. Not only had it surpassed the success of mobile games like
I
Candy
don't
Crush,
stutter, bro. It's a robot
Clash Royale, but it was pulling in more engagement than websites like Twitter and Facebook.
I don't fucking stutter. I don't goddamn stutter.
The concept was simple. You walked
It's a robot programming glitch.
around your neighborhood and searched for virtual Pokemon. When you found one, the game used your phone.
Bro, I'm not a clanker, but if I was gonna be a clanker, I'd want to be this clanker. Robot fighting movie. Real Steel, bro. This movie is so fucking cool. Have you guys seen this movie? I saw it when I was little, and I think I'm gonna watch it. Wait, they're making a number 2? Oh. That was fake. Fuck it, fine. Fucking hell. What is this?
911, this call is being recorded. What is your emergency?
I need the police. You need to send the police right away. Come on.
Did you make this narc or is this someone else's?
I'm sorry.
Gang, you're saying you're a robot while you're saying I'm only human. That's part of my programming.
You ready?
Yes, sir. Ready.
Suspect down! Buddy's down!
Come help me.
Is this cutscene or actual in-game gameplay right now?
Try to get you up. Ready? Drop your weapon! Move it in! Officers down. We need backup. Let's go! Drop back! Still make it out of this. Drop the gun and let her go. I'm not going in!
So,
Did bro just kamikaze?
are you ready?
Cutscene, but gameplay is similar. Yeah, this game looks good, bro. I'm definitely gonna play this soon.
Talk. We have a container full of women.
Hey, yo, what?
We need Thames down here right now.
Copy that, entry team.
This is Pfizer. Stand down and
Knuckle, I think you're like becoming the master of commenting everything that like just makes me want to like remove you from the stream, bro.
shut that door in. Entry team.
What? We're not leaving them like this.
Close the doors. Shut the door and lock it behind you. Do your job and proceed with your mission. Understood?
Understood. Put the other guy back on. We'll talk later.
I want to use that riot
No,
shield.
we won't be.
That riot shield looks cool. It looks like a Blitz shield, but in real life. Am I going to play R6 today? Yeah, I'm gonna hop on R6 after I finish this video.
One's camera to make it look like the Pokemon
Remove me?
was
No,
right
I'm not. I'm not a dictatorship hater. But you're just really like, really cool with what you're saying today. Like you like woke up on the wrong side of the bed or something, because all you've been doing is being like a meanie two shoes,
in front of you,
and like not even in a funny way.
and you use
You've just been in
Pokeballs
chat like yelling all day and being like, it's just weird. You just caught me off guard today with how like negative you're being.
to catch them
Like
and
usually you're chill and like hype and happy, and
add
today
them
you
to
seem
your
like angry.
collection. The game incentivizes users to explore the world around them.
Yeah, you're proving like you keep saying remove me. You're proving my point, bro.
Offering various digital Pokestops at notable locations or landmarks. These Pokestops served as a hub to collect
Fuck a
in-game
Pokestop.
items and use
I would always get pissed off because I would never get good loot at Pokestops. And I'd be with my cousin, and my cousin would get really good fucking Pokeballs. I use the Breach Shotgun and AR-15 and Glock 18C. That sounds like a good loadout. I'm sorry, you good, Knuckle? I don't mind, bro. You just gotta just fucking stop being mean.
lures to
Just like fucking get your attitude better.
attract more Pokemon. This
Is it that hard to just stop? Just don't comment insults to other people. Is it that hard?
also included Pokemon gyms. Players
It's
selected
like someone holding a gun to your head telling you to be an asshole.
from one of 3 teams and would compete with rival Pokemon hunters to control areas to earn Pokecoins and buy upgrades. Pokemon Go wasn't just another mobile video game. It transformed your local neighborhood into a fantasy world. This is why it became a
The news articles though about people like falling off cliffs and getting hit by cars because of this game. The people getting hit by cars I can kind of understand a little bit, but the people walking off a whole cliffs and falling to their deaths is absolutely insane. Like how dumb and locked into a screen do you have to be? Like I've watched the movies while crossing the street before, but I've never gotten this bad. Every gun in Ready or Not is usable like in real life, so you can use whatever you want. You mean every gun in Ready or Not is based off of a real gun, you mean?
cultural phenomenon almost instantly. Public parks were overflowing with players searching for rare Pokemon. Restaurants and stores used nearby Pokestops to advertise their businesses.
I remember
and
that.
content creators were racking up millions of views just by playing the game. The game skyrocketed into mainstream pop culture, becoming a topic of discussion on late-night television shows, and was infamously referenced by Hillary Clinton during her 2016 presidential campaign.
Pokemon, go to the polls!
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
It's safe to say
Oh, that was so funny, bro. God, I love Hillary. Bro, I keep getting pissed off because of my siblings. Holy shit. What are your siblings doing, bro?
Pokemon Go was taking over the world, but it was
Yeah, if you shoot someone like 2 to 3 times, he's dead. Narc, have you ever played Body Cam? Ready or Not reminds me of Body Cam. I've played that game a lot. It's like you shoot one bullet and you die. You'd probably like Body Cam if you haven't played it.
wasn't just making headlines for its record-breaking numbers. It was also being linked to real-world accidents, life-altering injuries, and even deaths.
Just Knuckle, do you have your own bedroom? Or do you share a bedroom with your siblings? If you got your own bedroom, just go in there and lock the door, bro. Get some privacy.
Only days after the game's release, 2 men were hospitalized while playing Pokemon Go. They hopped a fence to get
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. They walked off a goddamn cliff.
access to a Pokemon on the other side.
Like, how do you be that dumb?
Sign warning pedestrians of the unstable ground on a nearby cliff, which both men eventually fell.
Austin, you just said one more video? Yeah, after this video, we're hopping on Rainbow. When this video's done, we're hopping on. You never get privacy? Take your phone on a walk.
Down. The players
They go to the park and watch a stream at a park on a bench or some shit.
sustained serious injuries, but fortunately survived. Others
When I would get pissed off when I was little and I couldn't go be alone in my house, I would just go in my garage and like chill in like a closet or something.
were not so lucky. A truck driver in
Your parents won't let you? That's lame.
Japan hit 2 women while playing Pokemon Go, severely injuring one and
Bro,
killing
there's
the other.
NPCs running
Players
full
of the
speed
game
at you
began
holding
to
a
find
knife and you
themselves
could die
in
instantly.
increasingly dangerous situations as
Christ.
both drivers and pedestrians were getting distracted by the app. And the more people became immersed in the world of Pokemon, they lost touch with the world around them.
You can't even go in your garage? You can definitely go in your garage.
Players began disrupting religious services and funerals.
Go in your backyard and chill, sit in the chair.
The Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. asked people to stop playing the game and
And like, worst case scenario, just lock yourself in the bathroom, bro. There's always a bathroom that you can go in and have privacy.
inside of their establishment. Players were
Narc,
also
I'll play it this week, I promise.
being disruptive at the Arlington National Cemetery, causing problems for grieving families and members of the military paying their respects. As you can imagine, after Pokemon Go exploded in popularity, the
Are you
video
in an
game
apartment,
industry
Knuckle?
became extremely interested in learning more about the developers. John Hankey of Niantic Labs was interviewed in front of a live audience at TechCrunch in San Francisco and seemed like he could not be less
Bro, and
interested.
Narc, bro, you gotta change the shape of that IQ too high meme so I can make it the emote. Did you see what I sent you?
First and most importantly,
I tried to add it
what
yesterday.
TV you on?
That makes sense.
I'm yellow. I'm
That's
all
what's
the
bad about
yellow.
apartments.
Me too.
Yeah.
Team Instinct, anyone out there?
Yeah.
Team Instinct, there we go. I'm not gonna try and button that back up on stage.
It's crazy that the creator of the game couldn't even properly answer the question, what team are you? Which refers to one of the 3 factions players can join once they reach level 5. Team Valor, which is red, Team Mystic, which is blue, or Team Instinct, which is yellow. He just said, the yellow one. The interviewer was clearly a massive Pokemon fan, and Hankey seemed like the total opposite. It was disappointing to players that the most viral game of 2016 surrounding one of the most beloved IPs of all time.
The 2 of them died. No, I think I'm not sure if they died or survived that cliff fall. I don't know how. Can't you change it? I can learn.
Time was being spearheaded by
I'll figure it out if
growing
you
corporate
can't.
suit. But what was particularly interesting was his insights on working with governments before they launched the game in different countries.
So we're still in the rollout phase of the game.
Do you know what the next rollout country is gonna be?
I have a pretty good idea, but it is pending getting things squared away on the, government relations side and getting everything prepared. So I can't say right now. It has been interesting that, we didn't really anticipate the level to which it would attract interest from government people and policy people and things like that. But that's become part of the dialogue at this point. So we're getting, more well-versed in those skills.
Now, we don't really know what interests governments had with the game. Now, I'd imagine
They want all information. They want to know all, see all, be all, tell all. What's another all? Every all the alls, baby.
Governments had obvious concerns, like tens of thousands of people gathering in parks, people blindly walking into traffic, etc. But Hankey didn't use the word concerns. He said interests. Another thing to note was that South Korea refused to let Google export its detailed government map data to foreign servers out of fear that it could expose military bases and other sensitive locations to North Korea, which made
Adult, you don't understand. This is tech right here.
Pokemon Go nearly impossible to launch.
This is what's happening to us. It might be boring to you, but this is what's happening all around us, to all of us constantly. And it's getting worse with surveillance and AI and tech.
Across most of South Korea. China also heavily regulates foreign access to geographic data and blocked Google Maps entirely because it considers detailed mapping a matter of national security. In other words, while most players saw Pokemon Go as a harmless mobile game, entire governments were already treating the data underneath it like a potentially dangerous military asset. The question is, did Niantic Labs know that they were wielding a dangerous military asset? Well, there was this one controversy that came up where iPhone users discovered that signing in through Google gave Niantic full access to their accounts. Per Google's own description, this meant access to both view and modify anything in the account. To many,
even
they
my
believed that
Google
this meant
wallet
access to their images.
Nah, they get my money too. That's bullshit.
Videos and emails, although
that's too far.
Simple.
Money
Niantic
is too far.
That it only had access to the user's IDs and email addresses, and Google personally verified that no additional information was given to the company. So since Niantic couldn't steal the data just by someone making an account, they had to trick users into giving it up for free. And what resulted was one of the most ambitious geospatial data collection projects ever hidden behind a mobile game, one whose technology would later facilitate devastating military operations. 4 years after the game's release, Niantic introduced an interesting new feature, AR mapping tasks. Pokestops marked by notable landmarks would now offer users rewards if they completed AR scanning prompts. These required players to scan the surrounding area with their phone's camera.
Wait, so the American government dead ass made it.
Interesting that this feature was not available for children's accounts. From the player's perspective, the feature was relatively harmless. They had already become accustomed to Pokemon Go tracking their location and having access to their cameras. So when Niantic offered free rewards with the promise of game improvements, players were eager to take part. Niantic claimed that the data collected would inform the game's engine to understand the depth and complexity of the real world. This would make for a way more immersive experience, in which virtual objects could seamlessly integrate with the world around them. In hindsight, it seems like an evil genius plan. The man who created Google Earth and worked directly with the CIA and international intelligence organizations was getting people to voluntarily...
Yeah, and they never improved the game at all. The game is still the exact same as when it came out years ago.
3D scan the world around them while they think they're just helping Niantic.
Right? Has anyone played Pokemon Go recently?
Make a better...
Anyone in chat played it recently? I know I haven't in years.
Their Pokemon game. These
be right back. Going to the bathroom.
A much larger technology called Lightship VPS, which stands for Visual Positioning System. The satellite-based technology of GPS was useful, but not optimized for the best augmented reality experience. For example, it might be able to tell you that you're near a statue, but it's typically incapable of understanding where you are relative to the landmark, whether you are behind it or in front of it, if you are 3 feet away or 30 feet away. This information isn't important when getting general directions for a road trip, but when it comes to making accurate drone strikes on enemy base camps without harming innocent civilians, it can make a massive difference. When players scanned a landmark, they recorded more than just a video. It tracked the latitude, longitude, and altitude of the user's device. It also utilized the phone's accelerometer and gyroscope, allowing the system to consider the phone's position and orientation. Considering all of this data, the scans could be used to make reliable inferences about the user's distance from both the landmark itself and the surrounding environment. Every scan submitted was unique, taken at different angles, positions, and distances. Each video was divided into approximately 300 individual images, all of which were pieced together with other scans to create a full 3D digital map of the area. Essentially, Niantic...
Is this all used for drone bombing now? Is that why this is bad? Because it's used for drone bombing?
was creating the world's largest, most detailed 3D scan of the entire world, and Pokemon Go players were helping for the most innocent intentions. VPS could compare the player's live footage against this virtual world to determine the player's exact location, which helped influence where objects and Pokemon would be anchored within the real world. Think about how NPCs in Grand Theft Auto sometimes mindlessly walk around with no intention or logic applied to them. Pokemon Go was similar initially, but with this new technology, the Pokemon could now be programmed to interact with their surroundings. Instead of being mindlessly placed on the ground, they would be able to hide behind the landmarks or even climb on top of them. Put simply, the goal of this technology was to make a near-perfect replica of the world the way that
Pokemon Go
humans
did
would
change a little
experience
bit.
it, so that the Pokemon in the game could literally interact with the world the same way a human might.
Bro,
And players
leave
were
me,
willing to
calm, bro, we're
sacrifice 30
almost
seconds
there.
of their day if it meant
My
free
God.
rewards and a better experience down the line.
Video's
And
almost
by
done,
November of
chill.
2022, Niantic revealed that they had developed more than 120,000 digital maps of various locations throughout the globe. But technology this powerful would be wasted if it were only used for Pokemon Go, and Niantic understood this deeply. While they stated their goal was always to give people tools to become 21st century explorers, it felt like they were leaving a massive opportunity on the table. But VPS also had a major limitation. The system was only able to recognize information it had already been given. If a landmark had only been scanned from the front, the model would not be as effective when used from behind. And if it had received no prior information on a landmark, there was nothing the model could work with to provide an immersive experience. They had now gathered enough data for 1 million different waypoint locations to have full VPS integrations, but there were still millions of locations that had not been fully scanned. Niantic sought to fix this issue with their large geospatial model announced in 2024. The goal was to take all of the combined data they had collected and use AI to make inferred guesses about partially unscanned locations. Niantic uses a church as an example. If players had only scanned the front of a particular church, the VPS technology might be unable to recognize footage taken from behind, but the large geospatial model could infer based on thousands of other churches that had been fully scanned and make an educated prediction about what the back of that specific church would actually look like. Humans have the ability to do this naturally. We are capable of applying our personal lived experience to make inferences about our environment. If I showed you the front of a house, you could probably make a pretty good guess about what the back of it looks like. You might not get every detail right.
I wouldn't know if it had a porch or not. I wouldn't know how many windows, how big the windows, how many doors, if it's a double door, if it's French doors, if you got a porch, if there's a pool. Maybe there's a different colored sidings in the back of the house in the front. It could be totally fucking different, bro.
Right, but you'd expect windows in roughly the same places, a back door, maybe an AC unit, a fence, or a patio. Your brain does not know that specific house. It's recognizing patterns from thousands of houses you've seen before. Niantic wanted AI to learn that same instinct, but with near perfect precision. And only months after announcing their large geospatial model, Niantic made the shocking decision to sell Pokemon Go. While Scopely Incorporated acquired the rights to Niantic's catalog of games for $3.5 billion, Niantic retained all of the data, research, and technology they had been developing over the last decade, which includes their VPS and geospatial models. In other words, they kept their most valuable IP, sold the rest of their got the data, and were ready to move on, leaving Pokemon in the dust, which to some makes it seem like they never cared about Pokemon in the first place.
Well, obviously, the game was bare bones as shit. There was nothing to do except flick a ball.
It was all a part of a bigger operation. The company shifted its focus away from video game development and under the leadership of John Hanke began working on Niantic Spatial. The company made it clear this technology had far more potential than improving augmented reality experiences. It had the ability to help both humans and machines to understand the world and navigate it. Instead of figuring out where to spawn Pokemon, the technology could be used to train a robot or AI-powered vehicles to determine their locations without the use of GPS. Like, you know how outside of your town, you don't really know where you're going or where you are, but
they're fucking evolving.
You have access to GPS on your phone. Well, they're working on a technology for machines, robots, or vehicles that would essentially install a perfect one-to-one understanding of the entire world. So you could theoretically place it anywhere and it'll know exactly where it is and exactly how to get where it needs to go in the fastest way possible. And initially, this tool was being marketed marketed as something that could enhance manufacturing, warehousing, logistics, construction, tourism, entertainment, and education. Like a warehouse worker could use the VPS technology to navigate the facility and streamline the process of conducting inventory management instead of just like walking around the building and understanding where things are and where they need to go. But Niantic was also getting involved in areas that most might not have expected. This became clear when Niantic Spatial announced it was teaming up with a company called Vanter in December of 2025. While Niantic had its roots in the gaming industry, Vanter had always been a part of the intelligence and defense sectors. They are best known for creating mapping systems used by military commanders and soldiers to analyze the battlefield and coordinate. This partnership may seem bizarre on the surface, but it was actually a perfect match. Vanter had developed a visual positioning system called Raptor. Similar to VPS, Raptor was capable of determining its location by analyzing its environment and making inferences. When a drone became disconnected from GPS signal, it could utilize Raptor to assess the roads, buildings, and hills to figure out its position relative to Vanter's own personal map.
Damn,
However,
it's fucking
the technology
smart.
was relatively limited as it gathered data from airborne drone footage, meaning its pool of data was limited to the sky. This is where the partnership really starts to make sense. VPS system did everything Raptor did, but on the ground floor. Specifically, it gave the same tools to both troops on the ground as well as AI-controlled robots and vehicles. With Vanter in the sky and Niantic on the ground, the two companies hope to create a shared digital map that can be used by drones, vehicles, and people with or without the use of GPS to stay connected. Was Niantic developing weapons or making decisions in regards to active combat? No, but they were playing a role that is.
Do you guys think they started with the goal of doing this military shit? Oh. Or do you think it just grew this way and they eventually partner with the military?
Really just as important. They were helping AI-powered drones understand where they were and help them stay coordinated with personnel on the ground. Technology originally marketed as a way to make your Pokemon catching experience more immersive was now helping drones, vehicles, and soldiers coordinate on the battlefield. Niantic has continued to become a more prominent part of the defense sector. Recently, the visual positioning system received awardable status through a federal marketplace, Tradewin Solutions, meaning that government agencies were able to negotiate.
Irito, you there? Irito, change the game to Rainbow. We're gonna play now. It's Rainbow time, baby. Yo, Narc, Knuckle, Bacon, Plug. All my Rainbow players trying to hop on?
Deals and purchase the technology for their own use. And taking a look at Niantic Spatial's website, they appear to have struck deals with the United States Coast Guard and the Air Force. So this isn't some kind of crazy conspiracy theory. The data they gathered through Pokemon Go was used to develop mapping technology that is literally being used by the military. I'm not sure how many Pokemon Go players who agreed to participate in AR scanning would have done so knowing that this was going to be used for the military, which is why now tons of players feel like they were straight up lied to. When Niantic first introduced the AR scanning feature, the company was transparent about their intentions to an extent. It told players that these scans would be used to create a better gaming experience, and while they did make it
Pokemon Go, dude.